Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Damian the Great, and I'm here with another YouTube video. And it's an emergency episode. And the NBA free agency started last night, but there is a breaking news because Damian Lillard was just waived from Milwaukee, and he will now be a free agent. And this move was done so that Milwaukee could sign Mr. Miles Turner, who's fresh off an NBA Finals run with Indiana. So this is a lot of big moves being made, a lot of changes going on right now, and it's gonna be very spooky for a lot of people this year. There's so much change in the league that it's almost unfathomable. Some of the roster decisions and some of the changes being made. It's tough to call who's gonna be the top dog, but Houston is spending a lot of money. So now we're pretty much just looking to see what is gonna happen next. I personally don't really know where Dame might go because to he has a few different options on the way, right? And it's like he's going to be out for a year, but he won't be he won't be playing this coming season because he got hurt in April, and you'd have to take just about a year off from an Achilles tear or a rupture. So he will be back in the 2026-2027 season, but he will be another year older. And that necessarily isn't that great for him because he's already 34 years old. His birthday is on the same. Actually, he shares a birth date with one of my parents. It's just they're a bit older. Let's see. So, Damian Lillard, he's 34 right now. He'll be 35 on the 15th of July. So he won't be playing another NBA game until he's 36 years old. So there's a good chance that we will never see Damian Lillard again as he once was. So that's just a precursor for him not being the same anymore. As you shouldn't expect to have Damian Lillard back as Damian Lillard, because the thing is, he's a bit older than most superstars that have obtained this injury, like Kevin Durant. Like, let me look at Kevin Durant. He tore his Achilles 7 years ago, and he was 31 when he would have torn his Achilles, right? Or no, it was 6 years ago. Yeah, so he's 30 when he tore his Achilles. He was still relatively young, still close to his prime ages, whereas Dame will be past his prime ages and will be the age of present-day Kevin Durant, who has slowed down a touch. And it's like, while his numbers may look the same, his production has taken a small decline as he's gotten older because he'll play more of a mid-range role than taking it to the basket or shooting another three or so a game. So in this case now, we are in a situation that is sort of like it's like a fair gamble, and he can sign for a minimum. So it's not like you have to put your all into getting him. If I was the Lakers, I would consider getting him. If I was Houston, I would consider getting him because they've signed everybody. So I was like, shoot, why not just go and get him? Let's see who if I'm. The thing is, I wouldn't get him in Dallas. That might be the only non-option. Golden State could be an option, a sneaky option with him and Steph being a little bit older. And then they because the thing is, both of them being old, it's like, shoot, you got two superstar guards. Now Dame won't be a superstar no more by then, but Let's see. I'm gonna look at NBA point guards. He could go to Minnesota and then be a good player, but the thing is, I don't know if he would necessarily want to play there in the modern day. And let's see. So at the current standing, there's a lot of outdated things on this page, boy. I tell you. Um, let's see. Because as far as contending, they do want to come off the bench for the Thunder or come go play in Boston or because the thing is like he's Damian Lillard, so it's like he's going to be a starter wherever he would go. I'm honestly for any team if he's signing. I don't know if he's signing now or is he going to wait a while. But if he's going to wait, then I'm going to potentially wait for him then and then try to pick him up. But if he doesn't wait and he wants to get signed now to a minimum, I would be if I'm pretty much any team outside of like New York and even the Warriors or the Grizzlies, they already have a point guard. Indiana, even though Halliburton is hurt, they got the same timeline for injuries because Halliburton's going to be out the entirety of next year. So yeah, like everybody's trying to rush Kyrie back for that window that Nico and his. I'm not even going to insult Nico today. But Nico Harrison, he has a very Nico Harrison. He has a pretty bad look on him right now. Because I was like, shoot, that's Kyrie. That you want to take a year for an ACL tear. You don't just want to run and rush back because it doesn't do anything to help anybody if you run and rush back. When the best case scenario for him would be to take the year and come back completely healthy and then utilize the last years of your prime. Because the thing is, the only person that I know, because the thing is, like Kobe Bryant came back pretty early from his major injury, the Achilles, because he waited about 9-10 months back from that injury, and that didn't turn out well because other things got injured after that. But yeah, there's a lot going on. If I'm Detroit, I might give them a look. I'm thinking, and shoot, short term, they already have Fred VanVleet, but I would consider, I might would take the 36-year-old post-injury Dame over Fred VanVleet. I don't know if that's bad to say or not, but let me go put the teams on the list here. Uh, Philadelphia would be an interesting option, but they already have Tyrese Maxey. Orlando would be an option now because they got a lot of big guys and no big man. So it's like on that timeline of Orlando, you could get Dame on a vet man for cheap, and it's still Florida, like he wanted to go to Miami before, and they're contending. Unlike Miami, would be a great destination. Um, you got the Hawks. The Hawks need a guy to put next to Trae Young. If Dame is still anywhere near being Dame, and you put him next to Trae Young, you might have a good time. Because the thing is, I wouldn't necessarily see if you have free agency, I could go where I want to go. Why would I go to up north Eastern Conference team? You know, that's where my trouble is. So then we have Dallas, who has Kyrie already, so that's not an option. Houston with VanVleet, I already discussed. Memphis, they got Ja, already discussed it. The Pelicans, I wouldn't necessarily want to live in New Orleans as a basketball player. Maybe he could go and play with Wemby in San Antonio, but they have a lot of guys. Like they just got De'Aaron Fox, so why would I need Damian Lillard? And then I don't know if he wants to come off the bench ever, even as a 36-year-old that just came off a super duper major injury. The Sacramento Kings are bottom feeders that will never go anywhere, so no point in talking about them. So the Lakers, Clippers, and the Warriors are really the only options I see personally. And Chris Paul is going to come back to either the Suns or Clippers. So whichever he doesn't go to might be a good option. But it's like, why would I do that? Actually, I wouldn't be shocked if he ended up on the Clippers because it would sort of fulfill something. Because it would be a personal funny thing for me to see that. But so those teams would be quite the destination. He could always go back to Portland and then sort of finish his run there. And then the years in Milwaukee were just sort of a situation that he wanted to try to win and it didn't work out. But on top of that, I think I covered all the bases that I need to cover with this. So I guess I'll catch you guys later. Yeah.